STEM Research Downstreaming in Indonesia, an insight into practices, outcomes, and lessons from 7 years of the world's sole government-managed journal indexing system, SINTA. Introduction. The Indonesian government stands uniquely in the global arena as the only country in the world to possess its own scientific journal indexing, nicknamed SINTA, Science and Technology Index. Unlike the commonly known scientific journal index such as Google Scholar, Scopus, Copernicus, Directory of Open Access Journals, DOAJ, which are all managed by the private sector, encompassing both profit-oriented companies and non-profit organizations, as well as international non-governmental organizations, INGOs. Indonesia's SINTA is a government initiative. This is a contrast to other national and local indexes around the world, such as the Russian Science Citation Index and the Indian Citation Index, which are both privately owned. Launched during the National Education Day Summit in 2017 by the Minister of Higher Education, Kemristek-Dikti, Muhammad Nasir highlighted SINTA as one of 7 new flagship programs aimed at enhancing the relevance of higher education to support economic growth. The government's ambition, as stated in Kemristek-Dikti's press release number 37/SP/HM/BKKP/4/2017, is not only to produce publications, prototypes, or patents, but to extend research achievements to achieve technology readiness level, TRL9, fostering collaboration with industry. The essence of this initiative is the downstreaming of research, which, as defined by Rogers, 1983, involves diffusing research findings and innovations to the public to improve living standards or for empowerment. This concept of research downstreaming, well known as hilirisasi, has been frequently articulated by senior government officials. It is also included in Presidential Regulation Perpres 18/2020 on the National Medium-Term Development Plan RPJMN 2020 to 2024, with the number of innovation products utilized by industry business entities is being put as one of key indicators for the development in the field of higher education and science and technology. However, as we reach the conclusion of the RPJMN 2020-2024, in addition to marking 7 years since the inception of the SINTA Index, there appears to be a paucity of literature and documents showcasing statistics on innovation products that have been successfully downstreamed on a national level. For instance, the Garuda website, a journal article database managed by the Indonesian Ministry of Education and Research Technology, Kemdikbudristek, and integrated with the SINTA Index, as of the date this proposal was written, 9th of February 2024, lists 3,009,733 journal articles across 40 research subjects, but mention no downstreaming statistic. Another example is the Evaluation Report on the National Long-Term Development Plan, RPJPN 2004 to 2024, published by Bappenas 2022, which shows in Table 7.8 that there were cumulatively 129 innovation products utilized by industry or business entities by 2021. In spite of that, the Performance Report of BRIN 2022 and the Kemristek-Dikti Performance Report 2019 indicate that the figure represent research conducted only by BRIN researchers in 2022 and Kemristek-Dikti's Directorate General of Innovation in 2019, not the collective output of Indonesian researchers. Therefore, the overall statistics on research utilized by industry in Indonesia remain unclear. Literature review, research gap, and design. Identifiable aspects regarding research and development, R&D, in Indonesia, should the data is available, include 1. Number of research projects in Indonesia that have been successfully downstreamed. 2. Success rate of research downstreaming in Indonesia. 3. List of research projects and category subjects that have undergone downstreaming. 4. The annual trend, whether it is increasing, stagnant, or declining. 5. Analyzing success trend of downstreaming, broken down by research institutions. SINTA Journal Rankings 1 to 6, in addition to various individual researcher attributes such as their education level, academic rank, age index, number of articles, personal citations, among other things. And 6. differences in the number of research projects successfully downstreamed, success rates, and trends across different fields. These quantitative data can further be explored qualitatively with questions such as 1. Why certain research projects were successfully downstreamed while others were not? 2. Best practices from successful research downstreaming samples. 3. Lessons learned from research projects that were not successfully downstreamed. 4. The impact of government policies on enhancing or hindering research downstreaming, if any, and the specifics of such impacts. 5. The influence of networks, seniority, and industrial collaboration experience on the success or failure of research downstreaming. Research on topics such as the above has been conducted overseas in various contexts, such as 1. Statistics and explanations on how the United States leads the global electromedical device industry due to successful research and development in producing knowledge stock, exploration, and innovation in biomedical engineering, Wu and Shanley, 2009. 2. The framework of university-run enterprises in China for downstreaming research results, including statistics, Yoon et al., 2006. And 3. Assessing different categories of R&D in Singapore, Amsden and Chang, 2003. However, as of the writing of this dissertation proposal, I have not found any research related to the statistics of Indonesian research downstreaming. Most articles analyze downstreaming strategies or plainly argue that Indonesia still lacks in downstreaming and R&D, with citing general data such as 2019 Performance Report of Kemristek Dikti and Mansfield's Theory of Innovation, 1981, mentioning that the success rate of research and development from the invention stage to becoming an innovation is only 22%. The remaining 78% fail due to technical infeasibility and economic potential, while the success rate of a commercialized innovation is merely 8.8%. Although both the report and the theory bolster the importance of downstreaming, it lacks both empirical supporting data and evidence-based recommendation to overcome the challenge. Hence, to map Indonesia research downstreaming progress, the previous identifiable aspects and questions will be the research problems that my dissertation will seek to answer. In focusing on examining research downstreaming, this study will have two limitations. 1. Journal articles researched will be sourced only from the Sinta Index and the Garuda website, which may exclude articles indexed through international indexing services like Scopus and Copernicus. 2. The analysis will be limited to journal articles identified within the subject category of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, STEM, to ensure the data presented and researched accurately reflects the study's aim to understand the context of research downstreaming for industrial production. Through this study, I aspire for our nation to possess clear reference data on understanding research downstreaming in Indonesia and how to accelerate this process in the future with data-driven policies. Moreover, numerous studies have shown that downstreaming brings significant benefits such as enhancing global competitiveness, WEF 2020, increasing the added value of domestic products, BPS 2020, diversifying the economy, and creating job opportunities, Bappenas 2019, and reducing reliance on the export of raw materials or technology and products from other countries, UNESCO 2021. For me personally, as an industry practitioner, mapping downstreaming best practices and lessons learned will be invaluable in formulating business strategies and research collaboration based on the pentahelix model. Knowledge gained will also be beneficial for me continually developing my business, expanding job opportunity, and shareable to my fellow industry practitioners for wider collaborative development and R&D. Method. Utilizing a mixed method research approach, this study will commence with a quantitative method. This involves extracting data from the Sinta Index and the Garuda Journal Article Database. Techniques for data extraction, termed crawling and scraping, entail automated processes for exploring and indexing information from websites and gathering data automatically from predefined or indexed websites or databases, Leskovec et al., 2014. The advantages of crawling and scraping techniques include their potential to provide quick yet comprehensive access to databases, requiring minimal financial resources, bridging epistemic divides in the field. reducing researcher bias, and enhancing the transparency and replicability of data collection, Tijaden 2023. These benefits are supported by numerous similar studies that have employed crawling and scraping, including demographic studies on migration, mobility, and migrant integration, Tijaden 2023. Research on market prices and consumer price indexes, Hillen 2019, Uriarte et al. 2019, and studies on democracy and development, Ulbricht 2020. This combination of techniques will be applied to extract publicly available research data from the Cinta and Garuda websites, containing millions of different URLs for processing and storing in the desired format. Crawling methods include 1. Identifying the database to be indexed and its API or access methods if available. 2. Systematically accessing and downloading data using API queries or utilizing available directory paths if no API is present. 3. Parsing and indexing relevant information from the downloaded data. 4. Storing indexes for further search or analysis. Scraping methods, on the other hand, will involve 1. Sending HTTP requests to the target website. 2. Receiving and parsing HTML or XML responses from the website. 3. Extracting required data using XPath, CSS selector, or other parsing methods. 4. Storing extracted data in the desired format such as CSV, JSON, or a database. From the crawling and scraping processes, millions of data points on Cinta-indexed journal articles in Indonesia have been obtained. However, quantitative analysis cannot proceed without data related to downstreaming or production processes. Thus, a second phase of scraping is necessary, involving data extraction from news articles and website content on Google. Matching the results from the Cinta and Garuda websites with news articles and content found on Google will identify research projects that have been successfully downstreamed. The technique for scraping Google in search of downstreaming information involves 1. Scraping Google using keywords from all journal articles submitted by researchers. 2. If Google scraping reveals news articles and content indicating that the research has been produced, it can automatically be recorded in the database. This recording can also mark the research as successfully downstreamed. Consider the research on Radiation Portal Monitor conducted by Indonesian Nuclear Agency, Batan, which has been successfully downstreamed according to the Kemristek Dikti Performance Report 2019. The workflow to identify this research as successfully downstreamed without relying on the report is as follows. 1. Journal articles related to Radiation Portal Monitor are obtained through crawling and scraping from the Garuda and Cinta websites. 2. One such article titled Development of a Program to Determine Peak Spectrum on Radiation Portal Monitor Spectroscopy includes the research keyword Radiation Portal Monitor. 3. Google search with the keyword Production plus Radiation Portal Monitor yields articles about related production. 4. The database will automatically record this research as successfully downstreamed. All in all, results from those crawling and scraping techniques will serve as secondary data, which can be processed and analyzed quantitatively to answer the research question. To further enrich the research findings, research question regarding the downstreaming process, best practices, and lessons learned will be explored more deeply through qualitative methods. Primary data collection for this research will be carried out through interviews. As it is impractical to interview all subjects, a carefully selected cohort of researchers will be identified for interviews using purposive sampling techniques. Subsequently, public policy theory will serve as the framework for dissecting insights derived from these interviews. Incorporating 1. Policy networks theory explores how policy networks influence the formulation and implementation of downstreaming policies, shedding light on the dynamics within policymaking processes. 2. Structural adjustment theory delves into the analysis of economic and structural policy reforms aimed at enhancing efficiency and stimulating economic growth, providing a critical examination of policy reform impacts on the economic landscape. 3. Institutional interconnectedness theory investigates the relationships and interlinkages between institutions, examining how the synergy between governmental agencies, private sector, educational institutions, media, and industries pentahelix contributes to the formation of an industry ecosystem that fosters innovation and value enhancement. 4. Innovation ecosystem theory scrutinizes the interactions among various actors within the innovation system, including businesses, governments, and research institutions, all of which contribute to innovation. It elucidates how public policies create conducive conditions for cross-sectoral innovation. In addition to these theories, other perspectives and Singapore's experience will be explored during first-year coursework of my doctoral studies to enrich my analytical lens for examining this phenomenon. For more information, a complete list of references for this research proposal is provided in a separated document, accessible at the following link, bit.ly/reference-research proposal-Ilham.